What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live show with plenty of real and I don't know, hidden updates. I guess there are updates, but most of them we kind of are actually inventing based on the little things that are coming out. But Norbert Spiros, how are you doing? A week after, not much really.
Oh, good. We have a general manager from today, so probably something will start moving. Let's see.
I'm doing well, the same stuff as always, waiting to see what will happen with Juve and trying to be hopeful for the future, even if it looks tough.
Yeah, I mean,
Fino alla fine, no?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, um, it's it's um it's actually been a weird week. I'm not gonna lie. When was the last live we did? Was it Friday? Last Friday, I think it was, right? I believe it was
I
last
think
Friday or
so.
something.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of things were about to happen, right? Antonio Conte, Gasperini, probably some transfer news we discussed on that day as well. And a week after, a lot has changed. In a good or a bad way, who knows, the title of the show is clear, which we're going to discuss obviously, because that's basically again the new slash old way. I'm not even sure how I need to call it at this moment in time, because we've been there in the past when it comes to, oh, we want to go all Italian, and we abandoned that really really quickly as well with Giuntoli, and now here we are again. It's basically the same thing. We want to go all Italian. Now, before we get to that part, obviously we need to talk about the situation, because we haven't talked about it from. I don't want your opinion on Gasperini or Conte, and basically what their beliefs were for rejecting us. But in a week, a lot has changed, and nothing has changed, because a lot has changed in terms of we were chasing another coach, and nothing has changed in terms of Tudor is still here, basically. So a week on the news, Norbert, how are you feeling? Because I think last week it was basically spot bank on, we're gonna change coach, and now
Yeah.
we're sitting here and yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, and the news are also weird because just okay, like Erkan and Komoli kind of confirmed Tudor, especially today. Komoli, they met and then he was confirmed, but it's like no one is sure about it, and then if there is a coach available that we deem better than Tudor, then we just go for that one. So yeah, I I don't think he's confirmed, or I don't think there is anything. He will just coach the team now on the Club World Cup, because there is no time to get a new coach, I think. And then after that, we're gonna get someone else, and I think it's a horrible business, because yeah, like we don't even have a director of sports or sporting director right now. So we can't really do signings or renewals or nothing. So yeah, a lot changed, but also nothing changed for us. So yeah, it's weird. It's really weird, and I don't think Tudor will start the season, to be honest.
That's a hot take. Actually, I'm not going to spoil my opinion, because that's my video for tomorrow, so I'll spoil that basically, depending on what kind of news will come out later tonight. uh, but Spiros, because Norbert said he doesn't believe Tudor is gonna actually be the coach to start the season, so preseason or
Yeah.
just the first game of Serie A. How do you feel right now with him being,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think I'm
say
going.
quote unquote confirmed?
Yeah, I think I will go and guess that. I think he will stay, to be honest, and I think also he will renew his contract. I think they have to renew him because, like, showing him some kind of, appreciation. Like, okay, we trust you, so they don't leave him like with a 1 year contract. So I think he will stay. I think he will be in the Club World Cup. I think he will be also in the full season. But yeah, right or wrong decision, I don't know. But I think we will find out quickly. So yeah, let's see.
That's a danger, right? Because like whatever was going to happen, confirmed, not confirmed. I think the feeling is. I think everybody like. Can we all agree that the feeling is, and not just a personal feeling, but like the feeling you have when it comes to all the news and the way things are moving, that they're not really convinced about
Yeah,
him, but it's more about circumstances. We're changing
yeah,
so much. Who's going to be the sporting director? Like it's a bit hectic. And
Yeah,
that is a dangerous situation. That I said, I think it was like the first week or the second week of May. I said, I wasn't alive, and somebody in the chat was saying, you need to remain calm. And I'm like, I'm calm for like remain calm for next season. I get it, in general. But that part where it was about, is Juntali going to leave? Who's coming in? That you cannot remain calm about, because building a new team starts in May, basically. Like, especially for
yeah,
us, the way our season is going. And right now, we're building nothing. Like
yeah,
right now, it's like, is it going to be Masara? Is it going to be the Lopez guy? Is it going to be Salihamidzic out of the blue, basically? Like, it's it's a very strange situation for the players who are running out of contract, have held contract talks. Now Juntoli's gone. It's a very strange situation that needs to be resolved quickly. You know what it is? Why is there no sporting director? Like, because the news right now is next week, the start of next week, it happens.
yeah.
What is one day a difference going to make? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what is the issue? Like, why are they waiting so long to kind of pull the trigger
I
for, okay, it's going to be you?
Yeah, I think I know. Because Komoli arrived today officially, so I assume he has a name. He has a main name, and they already started to talk with that guy. And I don't think it can be done in like 1 or 2 days, you know. And yeah, it's probably gonna be Diego Lopez, or who is that guy? The ex Lon player, Lon
That,
director of sport. Yeah,
that
because
is a
that's the
Lopez
only
guy, yeah.
one. Yeah, that's the only one makes sense to me with Komoi or Komoli. I'm not sure how to say his name because he's French, not Italian. Um, and yeah, he has his name, and that's it. And he already started working on it to bring that guy in, and yeah, but it's. But I can see how it looks like we're wasting time, this is of course true, because this move should have happened like at this point close to a month ago, I think, to sack Juntoli and bring someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my guess, is that it's that Diego Lopez dude, and it takes time to get it done. But to be honest, yeah, I don't know. It's just still like teams moving fast. Milan is signing Modric, which is crazy, for 3.5 net a year. And the one news we have is, okay, Jonathan David is closer to Napoli, but we are moving as well. But I don't know who's moving for him. So yeah, it's a mess.
I mean, really quickly, and then I'll go to Spiros. When you said the Jonathan David, I don't want to talk about transfer. We will talk about names later on. But when you said who, like, who's like,
Yeah,
who's making those, like, you know what I mean? Like, when it's like it's on hold. Yeah, it should be on hold, because like, being an agent, who are you talking with right now? Like, what are
yeah.
you like? It's weird. But Spiros, what do you like? I'm not who's going to be the sporting director. Like, if it's going to be Lopez, I don't know how they're like. That's their decision. I'm a fan. I shouldn't be picking the sporting director. I mean, there are,
yes.
for example, Masara. If you go onto the Ren tweet when he when he got, I was hilarious actually, because I was at work, and I was listening to a presentation, but yeah, like I knew what the presentation was about, so I was like, I'm gonna mute it, and I'm just gonna scroll on Twitter, and for some reason it popped up, and I read the the responses, and I was like, oof. But that's not a decision we should be making, or actually should be worrying about. Like, that's weird. Like, 10 years from now, I didn't care who the sporting director is, but what is holding up this decision right now? Because it's clear that we need it ASAP, as soon as possible, but it's taking a lot of time.
Yeah, I think to be honest, they are not convinced. I think like you see like names popping up like every day, like new names. Like, even I think today there were like two new names or something, and I think Miko confirmed this as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think they're not convinced. I think they really want to build like a strong management this time, like have some sort of chemistry, like everyone have like a clear vision what to do. So yeah, I think they're gonna take their time. I think they don't want to do mistakes this time. So let's see. I don't know. I'm not so sure. No, like we don't even know like the squad there. It's like I don't know Lopez like that much. I know Masara because of Milan. Like Salihamidzic, yeah, I know what happened to Bayern. Like he did some good stuff and some very bad stuff. So like we we don't know. Like we don't know. They need to make a decision, and it needs to be the right one because it's the future of the club, and that's what we are interested in. So yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'm actually like every day passing, I'm worried. Like I'm really, really worried. Kenny is saying I'm afraid next year, excuse me, is going to be a lot more tighter around the top four, even more so. That's Milan's going to get in there with Allegri. It was already tight. This like we were playing like three teams could have gone into top four with the last kick of the game. If it gets even more tighter, Jesus, I think other teams will drop off. Obviously, I don't think we will compete with five. But I see your point. Like it's going to be even more difficult next season. And this talking about top four, by the way. It's not even talking about competing. Next season,
yeah,
like in an ideal situation, we were set and it was our chance to get back up there next season. Like if you just really quickly sit back, you're like, Inzaghi is gone, and they're looking at Kivu and Vieira because the Fabregas one is real weird, excuse me, because Romano said they're gonna, you know, basically have illegal talks with him. I'm like, but Fabregas just made
Yeah,
a statement like 5 hours ago. Fabregas put out a statement that he's staying at Como. So, but in general, that's a bad situation for Inter. Napoli are Napoli because they wanted. They kept Conte. Milan got Allegri, but they're selling half their squad. Roma got
yeah,
Gasperini, fine. But at the end of the day, it's I'm sorry, it remains Roma.
so
Without like you're not going into the
yeah,
season thinking, oh shit, Roma. With all due respect, if it happens, it
yeah,
happens. But you're not going into the season with that mindset. Atalanta lose Gasperini. It looks like Bologna is getting raided. Literally, and they cannot really stop it this time. As much. So
yeah,
it feels like, man, if we were just half decent set up and you finish it off this summer, you can be up there.
yeah,
However, we're sitting here and we're like, we might be in a bigger mess because of so many question marks. And that is
yeah.
for me is the frustrating part. Even like I wanted clarity already, even if it is with Tudor. I just wanted to be sure that it's gonna be him with him. This is the idea. This is the mindset. Because somebody said, Alexander said, it just feels off with Tudor. He knows he isn't the first choice, and the club is really and is the crop question mark really convinced about spending 200 million in the summer for Tudor? They have no choice, right, Norbert? Like if you keep Tudor, maybe not 200 million, but you need to back him. Like you cannot go into the season with we don't believe in Tudor, so we're not gonna really spend much. I mean, you cannot even do that. That's
that's
impossible.
that's crazy. And
Yeah,
by the way, we have 200 million right now because thanks to Giuntoli. So we actually can spend big, but it's just like look at what players we bring to this. I know we don't care about this Club World Cup, but look how we actually losing players, and most of the teams bringing in 2, 3, 4 new faces already.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring Rugani. Can't wait. Who's
He got called up for the
national?
national team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, he's actually, and
The legend
he
choice,
might
but
be
still.
better than Gatti in my eyes, to be honest. Especially how he
I've
yeah,
watched some Ajax games and
no,
I think I might be better at this stage.
but yeah,
It was
it's
that dramatic.
because yeah, Tudor is not confirmed. There isn't
Not really.
there was nothing about it. But also we need to start spending. We need to prepare the squad for the new season, and it's in limbo. Like yeah. Tognozzi also, how many days ago he was for sure he's coming for a head scout position, and it's still not here. Like, why does it take
Yeah,
so long?
I'm not like at this point. I'm like because I was watching Juventus last week, and Monblano said that at this stage, the way things were moving for Tognozzi, he said if I was him, I would already quit because how things have been moving. So I'm not sure what was promised to him, because if that's the case, it's even worse. You make promises and you're switching
Yeah,
things, and you're switching what you're switching already. Like that's weird. So that
I'm
was kind of a strong thing to say from Monblano, who, by the way, when it comes to this type of news, he's well on the know when it comes to transfer news, whatever. But these type of news, he's
yeah.
well on the know. And he was like, if I was him, I would already walk. And I was like, you didn't even join. What is you walking from?
Yeah, you know why? Because I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that the the director of sport or sporting director position was promised to Tognozzi, and now they backing down. Now they're backing down, and they offering, oh, you can be the head of the scouting, or but he was that before for us, the head of youth development or whatever, and he was a sporting director at Girona. So it's a mess. I don't know.
Girona? No, he
No,
was not.
where
Yeah,
was he?
I think
Girona,
it was
no?
Girona. I think it was Girona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
No, no,
yeah.
Granada.
No,
Wasn't it? Wasn't it
Granada.
Granada?
Yeah, Granada.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah, yeah,
Granada.
I think
Okay,
it was
yeah, yeah.
Granada.
makes sense.
I think it was Granada. I mean,
Okay,
I wasn't following that, obviously.
yeah, it's besides the
Um,
point. The point is that he was a sporting director, and
yeah, yeah,
now probably he will not be.
yeah.
So
I mean, that's already a bad sign. Like if he ends up not joining, it's like, I mean, he's clearly a good scout, but like for me as a fan, I'm like, I shouldn't be going, oh my god, we're not getting him, but we should be going, oh my god, it was kind of confirmed, and now it's already messed up. Like how, like for
Sure.
me, changes should be made way early when it comes to this and that. For me, that's very frustrating because we've done it 2 years ago, and that was the summer we brought in Timothée Weah, and then the next season we changed up everything. We changed again mid-season. Now we're changing at the end of the season. I'm like, it's too much. Like it's too much.
Yeah.
And if you look at the news, we're changing another 10 players forced because of loans and new ideas. I'm like, I mean, to talk about it, content wise, fantastic. We have a lot of things to talk about. But as a fan, I'd rather have less to talk about when it comes to these. Like, where was a time that it was the end of May, let's say it was mid June, and we knew we were going to get Pjanic and we are going to get him, and that's the summer wrapped. And it was kind of done quickly. Where is that time gone? Because today I wake up, and let's move to transfer news. Because today, I wake up, and we'll talk about Leoni and the Italian way, but I wake up and I'm like, in every single newspaper, it's basically, well, we're trying to keep Colomani for the Club World Cup and also for next season, and pairing with Jonathan David. I'm like, that's not good. Like I'm sorry. Like Jonathan David. First, if you get Jonathan David, you need to play with two up top. That I'm okay, and I get that. His numbers are good, by the way. But pairing him with Colomani, I'm like, no. Like, is that the way we want to go? And I'm not saying we can get Gyökeres. Probably not. He will probably end up in the Premier League. But it changes so many times already because nobody really knows what's going to happen. With Tudor and the club, whatever. Because first off, it's a policy we should be stepping away, because if you get Colomani, it's another loan. It's like we're not paying 60 50
yeah,
million for Colomani. It's impossible we're going to do that. So it's another loan, and it's just pushing back the problem a little bit. A little bit. Conceição, Vega, um Colomani, for example, how much money did we wasted on these loan deals since Juntoli joined? It's close to 50 million, 40, 50 million. Like we basically threw away right now. So I don't know, like the Club World Cup, the timing is also completely off. I don't really care about that, about not signing new players for the Club World Cup. What is frustrating is that you might be losing out on players you were planning to sign, and other teams are already closing in on them because, well, they are set. That is my issue, rather than not going with new players to the Club World Cup. Because I've seen a lot of people say it matters, the Club World Cup. Like, you're in it, yes, you want to win it, but nobody is going to lose their minds if they don't win the Club World Cup. Like, let's be real. If somebody is losing his mind, he's faking it. He's faking it. Like he's faking it. Like, if we go out in the first round, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I guess it kicks off in 10 days. I'm not even looking for, like, I'm not thinking about it right now. I'll think about it 2 days before, because I'll do a preview, whatever. I'll talk about that. But other than that, I'm not really focused on that. Yeah. And that's also a bit frustrating because we're still playing games and nobody's actually really thinking about those games right now, for obvious and good reasons as well.
Yeah. It's going to feel like a summer tournament to me, to be honest. Like the games are going to be when the light, there's sunlight and all that stuff. Like all those summer tournaments we always go. And I see that people asking about the budget. Yeah. What we know is that we're going to spend more than we spent last summer because we have more... we made Juntoli made good plus Valenza at the end of the day. So yeah, we're gonna spend more. Get ready.
I doubt when. I don't think so. I don't actually believe. I think we will sign something.
You don't think so?
We will do something big. No. I think we'll be like we confirmed that guy and we signed him from that loan deal that we did last year. Maybe we get like a young guy there, like a midfielder. I don't know if Douglas leaves, but I don't think we'll do like a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not convinced.
Okay, we will see.
I don't have a.
I think Spiro's just traumatized by the news.
Yes.
To be honest. I don't think we're going to spend 200 million as well. Unless we sell Cambiasso or something, then maybe. But I want to ask. I want to bring up this comment, and then we're going to move on to Leoni in the Italian one. Johnny's saying I am Canadian, and I don't want David. Plus, where do him and Julius play? I feel like they would both be support strikers in front too. Your thoughts? Well, you're an honest Canadian because Julian is acting like we're signing Cristiano Ronaldo, but obviously he cannot play as a solo up top. And I talked about it in my daily. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know where he's going to play. Yildiz, where is he? Like, Gonzalo, I don't know what's going to happen next season. That is my point right now. Is Suter going to stay? Confirmed? Yes. Who the hell is going to leave? That's one. Apparently, we're selling all our wingers in Bangula, Conceição. So, I mean, that should be kind of an indication in terms of how we're going to play. But I need to be like, I can talk about it, and then next week it's like, oh, we're gonna do this and this, and everything I talked about is worthless. So yeah. But I share your concern. He cannot be your main guy. That's when I woke up and I see him and Colomani be the main guys. I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, there's too much like, especially with Conceição, too much inconsistency to be. And actually, when I say Conceição, he's coming on. Because I turned it on because of Spiros. He's coming on, Conceição. So I'm turning off my TV, I guess.
He's gonna score now.
I hope he does. I hope he does. But that's besides the point. Let's move on. The news from yesterday evening was, quick question, all Italian or more Italian, whatever, because that's what Di Marzio said. Young spine, Italian spine. I'm going to ask both the questions. One, how many times did we hear that? And two, do you actually believe that is the plan of the club?
And three, if you care about it.
Okay, so, yeah, if you care about it.
It's 2025. I don't care about it at all.
I was to the comment from Kostic. Absolutely.
I don't want to
2025.
see Kostic ever again. So I'm telling you, I don't want to see Kostic ever again. Like I don't want him. I don't care what we play, what kind of style of play. I don't care. Like he's the player I just can't stand. Like him and Vlahovic, like watching. I don't know. Like oh my god. Like I cannot do this. I cannot do this anymore. Like I just can't. I just can't. Like give him away, like loan him out. I don't care. Like I just don't want to see him. If I see again those crosses from like then one half to the other half, like in the first minute of the game, I'll be like, I'm losing it. Like come on. And imagine like you play like with Costs and Conceição now. Like it's done. Like it's over. Like come on now.
Maybe he's a
bad
missing
news.
piece. Corners.
Yeah,
maybe
to completely lose our minds. But I have bad news for you, or actually good news for you. You're going to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch Kostic play. For me, it's 4 a.m. For you, it's 5 a.m. So it might be even worse for you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
back to the question on the talent.
Yeah, I don't believe it. It's just a talent. I think that Leon is a big talent, and I don't think it matters. You know, if he's Italian or not. So yeah, it's BS. I would be happy to sign him, but not like a starting piece or whatever. He like a piece we can nurture. You know, like a rotational piece. And
he's quoted at 20 million, 20 million, apparently.
That's fine. That's not bad.
Is he a starter?
Yeah.
Can he be a starter already?
Over Gatti, yes, but no.
Yeah,
I think if he
you
looks like Savona, I think he can replace Gatti very quickly. Like very quickly. Like in the second part of this, like boom, he's playing. Like I could see that happening. Like if everything goes well, like he improves, like Savona did. Like we were like, wow, you know, he's canceling Vara and Leao, and like maybe he could do that. Like, because we don't really have that much quality in the back, so I would not be like really surprised if he become a starter.
It's good that you said that because we're basing it on the current quality. So let me rephrase the question: are there better options you know about that can slot in with Bremer? Because Bremer is still a question mark fitness-wise. We don't know, you know. So that's scaring me as well because it's only Leoni that's being quoted, and Vega, he might be leaving or he's probably going to leave.
Yeah.
Do you have a name in mind? Because I saw the Roma news about Lukumi, that they want Lukumi and what's the other guy from Bologna?
Bukiema, I think, no?
No, Bukiema. Roma won both.
Bukiema.
So
okay.
Because I mean, let's say Bremer is not fit completely, you know, and even if he's fit, do you have a name that you're like, we should be going for him because we need to make sure that we have a starter if Bremer is fit,
a name,
especially if Bremer is not fit. Hanchko, but
we had a name, but he's going to Saudi Arabia. But yeah, I don't really. I mean, in Portuguese league, there are some names I really like. But yeah, I don't know who would be. Yes, yeah. I really like him. But and right now we need actual starters, not youngsters or not just. We are the second youngest squad. We were.
I think we need the top defender. Like even if Bremer like starts every game or not, we need the top defender. Like we actually need,
especially if he
left footed, even better. Like if he's left footed, even better. Like,
especially if we play with three in the back.
Yeah, even worse. Even worse.
Yeah.
Like you need to go like spend money like on Hincapi, for example, or Ignacio, or like I don't know, like someone who has.
Oh my god! Consosawa did score, and it's a screamer.
Of course.
What did I say?
It's actually a ridiculous goal. Why? Oh my god! It's actually pissing me off even more because I've seen him do this with us, and Yeah, I'm not gonna speak. And the second part of the season is all those shots went actually on planet Mars, and now he hits it. It's
To be
actually a
honest, like
crazy goal. I'm not gonna lie.
at times, like Conceição, like I feel like at times he's unstoppable. Like he's actually unstoppable. And at times I'm like, oh my god, like he's so unwatchable. Like he's so frustrating to watch. But I know, like it's very hot and cold. Like one day we're like he's
It's actually
gonna kill everyone, like you know. But like the next day, it's like oh boy.
it's actually a quality goal. Like it's actually pure quality. And
He
actually,
created the
it's a goal.
penalty for us. You know, the
I
Venezia
mean,
penalty.
what the goal, and people, you can rewatch it. It's what he does with us every single week. Like, only it doesn't succeed that often. Obviously, not to this level because that's not something you do. That's something Yamal does basically every week. But
Yeah.
the consistency with Conceição is a problem. I'm not going to open up Twitter, maybe in a sec, because I know what's going to happen. I will have 20 tags about, oh, you still want to sell? Yeah, I want to sell. I got to sell. I don't want to spend 40 million in total on Conceição. Not the Conceição I saw last season. Like, it's too much money
Yeah.
for a lot of inconsistency. But
Especially if we don't play with wingers.
that's also a thing. Like, if it's a 3-5-2 and it's wing backs, then I mean,
Yeah.
it's even worse. Like,
Yeah,
it, like
makes sense.
it needs to come from much deeper. It's just gonna make things worse for me.
Like even if
Um,
you play like with like two like behind the strikers, like it doesn't really. It's like it's not
no,
him to be honest.
He's not
Like you need
creative.
someone
Yeah.
like a number 10 is kind of player, like someone like maybe like a Cherokee, like who can play even on the wing and behind, like some like that kind of player in my opinion. A bit like Kenan. Like she can play like on the wing and as a 10, like you can roam a bit, you know.
But he
So
can't see
yeah,
on the field. He doesn't have creativity.
yeah. Like the better player will be like a Cherokee or maybe like Leroy Sané, or like, but even though like, okay,
he's too chaotic. Conceição to play
Yeah.
behind the strikers or in the 10. He's
yeah,
too,
yeah.
and he's also too tunnel vision. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. He can do that. Conceição's problem is that he doesn't see the pitch. He always plays with his head down. Yeah, that's a massive issue for him, and it feels like he's just never gonna learn. That's the feeling I have, because
Yeah.
there's no real improvement in it. That's the worrying part. But yeah, maybe that might change now. Juntoli's gone. We don't know. Right now, it's all
Yeah.
elite. I wouldn't
The
say
only
elite.
thing with him, I'm like, he's still pretty young, so I'm like,
Oh, hello.
maybe he can do something, but like it's a risk. Like if like 40 million, it's a lot of money to be honest with him. If like especially right now, like if we had like a start squad, I would be like, yeah, like risk it. Like let's see, maybe I don't know. But yeah, right now, like it's a bit of a risk, like a huge risk to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Leoni is one of the names, but like you said, you guys do not really fully believe it's going to go all Italian. Also, how many real Italians are out there that are how do I need to put it? Realistic for us to get, and it cannot be forced. Like, because if you force it, I can name you 20 Italians, I guess, but how realistic is it that you're going to build that? Yeah, Leoni maybe, but other than that, who's out there that's realistic and good
If
enough as
you
well?
want to overspend, you probably can, but do you like
No, yeah, that's
like
what I
if
said.
you want to
Retegui,
Realistic.
spend like
I
stupid
think
money,
Retegui
like
is
yeah,
realistic.
Yeah, he's
like
very
no,
Italian.
no, no. Like I don't want it again. Like no. Like
Yeah,
if
he's
you
Italian.
want to invest
Okay.
cash, like I prefer to keep Colomwani. Like the thing is, what the fuck? Like I don't understand everything. Like I no. Like
You know
he's
what I
plays
say?
on Atalanta, like no.
You know when I said Retegui is not Italian, he's like on paper, like he's Italian, but people talk about the Italian mindset. Well, he's not like, then he doesn't have that mindset, right? If I'm correct, because that's
Yeah,
what people
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
He knows the club, the country. He doesn't, Yeah, he's Italian on paper, but like he doesn't. I think it's bullshit, by the way. I'm just putting it out there. If you're good enough, you're good enough. Like, you're not gonna play for this club because you grew up watching this team. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
like
lot of
that's
people
possible,
do
but
that.
it's like not going to cut it like all the time. So like you need to have like real quality, like to be like a top player, like you have like the right mindset. So like okay, like Zaniolo is a Juve fan, but we're not signing Zaniolo. So
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean that's when I got, a bit not frustrated, but that's why I have discussions where it's like I'm okay with Italian. I'm okay with 11 Croatian players playing for us. As long as we win, I don't care. Like I don't care. But we cannot force the Italian stuff. With the moment you start forcing it with like not just Italian, let's say you start forcing it with um very tall center backs who are good in the air. That's your thing. But you have just tunnel vision and you just forget about other qualities and all that stuff. That's where I will have an issue with it, in my opinion. But if you sign Italian players and they play well, then good because I want to win. But
Yeah.
I've seen some of the names out there. I'm like, these players are not good enough. Like it's kind of a waste of a money. At least find better players. If they're not Italian, then fine. But
in general, like
think about
the level like
quality.
right now, yeah, I think in general right now, like the level of Italians is not very high. So like we
No,
saw what happened with the great Italians of Inter. So
you know
like
what
you
is, for
saw how Di
example,
Marco played against a real team, against a real squad.
yeah,
So
but
what's the point?
DeMarco, I mean, I mean, that's specific.
Like
But
he's
for
considered
example,
like a top player. So I'm saying like if that's the top player, like no, so no,
I mean,
don't do
I
it.
I don't view him as a top player, so I'm cool with that. Like,
Yeah, me too. But like in
I'm
general,
not on
like
that bandwagon.
they're talking about him like he's a top player. So I'm like, if they're talking about him as a top player, I want to see a top player. So I don't see it. So if you won't sign that,
Nah,
so no, let's not
one
more.
of the
Listen,
names that is a very good example is Udogi. I'll say Udogi because I don't know how many times I've had this discussion about we need to get Udogi, and I'm like, do you watch Udogi play at top? He's not that good. Like he's not as
Yeah,
good as people think. Like bringing him in is not going to take us to the next level. I'm not going to say it's going to decrease the level. I'm not saying that. But these players, that's where in those moments. I'm like, you just want them because they're Italian, I guess, because they're not going to be much of a. Okay, are they going to be a difference on what we potentially have? Yes, but the bar is so low. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so
yeah, and
low.
also
Set the
when
standard a
Udogi's
bit higher.
when Udogi's name came up, and still we don't really have wingbacks that are good. So I think that's also one part of it. But for now, I think we should be satisfied that our captain is Italian and we have an Italian goalkeeper. So
yeah. For
that should be
for
enough.
me, like the only player like that's Italian for me, like he's a top player, and I think he can take us like to the next level. I think Sonali, like that guy is so good. I think he's fantastic to be honest. So if you want
Yeah,
to
Who?
spend big, overspend, like
Tonali.
do it with him. Like
Tonali.
sign him. I don't care for anyone else. Like sign him and call it a day. Like I want that guy. Like I didn't want to see man. I don't care for him. I want that guy. Like I think he will improve us. Like actually improve us. So if you want to spend
He will
money,
improve
spend with
us.
him. Yeah.
You know, Inter won the treble with not one Italian in the team, right?
Yeah,
Or maybe one? No, I
They
don't
had
think one.
Materazzi, no? Materazzi.
Was he playing? Was he playing?
I think so. No, I think he was
I don't know.
playing as a center back, and maybe he was like a rotation. No,
Okay,
yeah, I
one
don't know.
Italian.
Yeah, let's say one guy.
When I talk about it with my friends who are Inter fans, I don't hear them talk about man. We wanted Bob, man. No Italian. So what? Doesn't really matter. I mean, they won it. Like they won it. And yes, with us, our past suggests we won with a lot of Italians and stuff like that. But it came natural, right? Like it wasn't forced. Like
Yeah,
Barzagli,
but
Bonucci,
we had
Chiellini,
like the
it came
best.
natural.
Yeah, like we had like one of the best defenders of the world. Like Chiellini was the one of the best. Like he
Yeah,
was
I
one of the
mean,
best in generation.
yeah,
Like
but
not
also
just the Italian
Inter's
thing. Like he's just so good.
Inter's history is that they were not
different.
Italian when they were
Yeah.
established. So
But
Yeah, Juve and AC Milan is more of like
when people
the big
talk
yeah,
about
four.
bringing Coppola and stuff like that, I'm like, these are not the level players I want to see at this. Like, it's just sideways. There's no real
Yeah.
improvement in there. Oh, he's good in the air. I'm like,
Just
okay,
another
he's good
Gatti.
in the air, but overall, that's not the level of player I'm looking for at this club. It's still
Yeah.
Juve. Again, I hate to repeat myself every single week, but it's still
Yeah.
Juve, right? Like, it's not because we've been poor for 5 seasons that I now need to accept mediocrity. I know a lot of people do, and that's probably the issue, I guess. And then they complain throughout the season, oh, it's not good enough. Well, I mean, if you're signing those type of players, it's not going to be good enough. Like, obviously, like
Yeah. But I think
it's
the
only
club
natural.
knows this. Like, if the club like was like, oh, we're gonna go like full Italian, I think they would have signed like more Italian players. Like, they didn't sign any Italian players. Like, we signed Conceição. Like, we have gone for Orsolini, for example. We didn't do that. Like, we signed Conceição. For example. We didn't really do that. So I don't see us doing that in the near future. I just don't see it. Like, if an upcoming talent, like you're like, yeah, that guy, he's gonna be like, you know what I mean? I think they're gonna jump on it, but right now I don't see anyone like. So I just don't see it.
Same. Actually, the same. And I put out the video of Conceição, and it's all signing. Okay. That's that, I guess. Somebody asked us other Modric type of player out there, professional, can bring something. Well, him and De Bruyne, and it didn't happen. And
There is one, but it's not of the same quality. Like, if you sign like Thomas Muller, but it's
oh
not
no,
the
no.
same quality. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's kind of a leader, but yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Xavi is saying Ricci, Barella, Fratesi, Luca. Barella
no,
is obviously not gonna join. I like Ricci a lot. The other two, I want to cry.
no.
Like, I actually want like
No.
Luca is a backup striker, and actually, I don't even think a backup striker for a top should be a top team, but that's just me. And Fratesi,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I don't like him.
the
I don't
price
like him.
tag, the wages on, that's actually banter. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, he's
Like,
playing
I
and
do
he's
like
touching the
Ricci.
ball like 3 times. Like, he's a midfielder and he's touching the ball 3 times in a game. Like, he's bad. Like, he's not that kind of player that we need. Like, we need someone to want the ball, like not like be abused from the ball, like actually be scared of it. So no. Like, no.
Yeah, I agree. Someone Kenny is saying Thomas Müller on a free. Why not?
I like him.
Because of the position he plays. That's why not.
He's playing a position that it's his invention. It's the Raumdeiter. He's the only guy in this position. Czech football manager. He's the only guy as a Raumdeuter. That's how you say it in German. Raumdeuter. But yeah, I like Thomas Müller, by the way. I think
I
cool.
absolutely love him as a
All
player,
like
but
that.
there's no.
Yeah.
Where are you going to play him? Like, that's a signing Fiorentina will probably make.
He can be the striker up front.
Like, he can score goals. He also brings some kind of leadership, but like quality wise, like, he's not really a technical player. So he's gonna be a bit frustrating as well because he's old now, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit.
Nah, if I was him, I'm going MLS and chill. But that's just me. He looks like a player who doesn't want to chill. That's the thing, So maybe that's a plus, but yeah. Milan losing Reinders is a big loss. Only Milan player I like. Yeah, not just Reinders, also Theo and Menya. Might be a win for them, in the spine.
Yeah.
Timothy, Rafael Leao, maybe potentially. When I say Timothy, I keep forgetting we have Weah on our team. But that's a topic for another day, I guess.
And Milan will have money now to put together a team that Allegri, likes. That's a problem for us, for everyone.
Why? I'm not sure.
I mean,
no. What I said is I'm still keeping it. I think Allegri will be the coach until October, and then they sack him. That's my take.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
We will see. I think he can't coach anymore. He's done.
I agree on that, but I think he's gonna have like like a top four season and be like, okay, like I did my job.
People hit the
But
like
I'm
button.
jealous of Modric. I think Modric would have been a fantastic signing for us, and it's not happening. So
And on a cheap 3.5 million.
like like because exactly what we need in my opinion, like quality, like he still is a bowler, like his experience, he's a leader. Like I'm kind of jealous of that. I don't know. I think it's a very good signing. I don't know. It feels like it, to be honest.
People do hit the like button because it's not enough. It's actually sad. So it takes 1 second and it helps out the channel massively. So click that like button. I'm all over the place. Been awake. I've only slept like 4 hours in the last I don't know how many hours. So I'm all over the place. But yeah, that's kind of the wrap of a I don't know, a very busy and at the end of the day, not so busy week, to be honest. Like a lot of phone calls that, apparently people do not like in this modern age, phone calls. I learned over the weekend. Some don't even know how to make a phone call, apparently. Chiellini is horrible at it, apparently. Should take his phone away, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's just wait, like there's nothing really kicking off. It's more like it can kick off very soon, but it's not really kicking off. And I think the Club World Cup starts in 10 days. Is it right?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was 10 days, right? I don't know when we play. Is it also the 14th? I'm not even
No,
sure.
we're not
No,
playing on the first day. No.
no, that's some good news, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean, transfer wise, we don't need to expect anything. Unless it's like extending loan deals and things like that. Um, and that's about it. It's very difficult right now. Like even open up the newspapers, I read the articles, but I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. Ramos from PSG. I don't know what to do with that info. Really, I bring it up, but I'm like, I'm not even sure how to do it. Like it's news you read, and you're like, okay, let's move on and let's move forward with our day. I guess even today's meeting, he met Komoli met with Tudor, and it was a positive meeting, and it's only obvious. I mean, it's the first meeting. You think it's going to kick off? I mean, they just
They're gonna
met.
fight, like they're gonna fist fight.
It's just like a hello, like it's a very formal meeting. I'm assuming. I don't think Komoli went in there day one and it's like, well, explain how do you want to play. I don't think that happened.
Yeah.
So when the news came on, it's like it's positive he's going to stay. I'm like, that meeting was never going to be negative. Like it's impossible that meeting was going to be negative. How is that possible? It's the first ever meeting, and it didn't even take ages. Apparently, what do you expect? It's more of like I'm the new guy over here. Tell me a bit about yourself. Just have a chat, drink a cup of coffee,
Also,
and
he
then you move
kind
on.
of knows him, no? Like he was at Marseille and he was at Toulouse, so he kind of knows him. Like he has seen him like play probably. So
I mean,
also,
profile wise, he obviously knows what he is, but like on a
yeah,
personal
yeah,
level,
yeah.
I think that like nothing is gonna like if you go. He knows who Tudor is, by the way. Come on, like he works in the world for Conceição again. Oh my god,
Yeah.
he did it again almost. But in that meeting, you're not gonna learn anything new. The only thing that's gonna happen in that meeting is a personal, connection, I guess. Um, I mean, you're not gonna like if you need to go into that meeting to understand what his idea of football is, then you didn't do
especially
your homework.
especially when Komoli is, you can see it in the interview, the interview with the what's the name of the podcast? Executive something or X?
Yeah, I forgot the name. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it. I forgot it.
Yeah, just search Komoli interview. That's how I found it. Like 8 months ago, it was, and he only talks about football, how much he likes football, and this is the only thing in his life, and la la la. So he knows everything about Tudor. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah,
Same,
Yeah,
same.
probably.
Alex is asking if we lose all three of our games at the Club World Cup, is Tudor safe? No,
Yeah,
he's not safe. I don't think he's
yeah.
safe even if he wins the all three. right now.
Yeah.
Despite the news, I don't have that
I
feeling. I
think
do
he's
not
staying
share the.
because I don't think like nothing will change. I think he will stay and that's it. Like win lose, like for me it's the same thing. Like there are not options like that around there, like out there. So I don't see how like he's not safe or safe. Like he's just there. Like they're gonna keep him. So I think that's it. That's it.
I mean, I'm not saying safe because the action suggests he's not safe, but who the hell is going like who are you going to bring in post World Cup? Like
Yeah.
which like then that needs to be a free agent type of manager because no club is going to let his manager leave when preseason kicks off.
Also,
It's
like
not
if you
possible. So
sack Tudor, like you need to get like a top manager. Like if you get Tudor, but the Spanish Tudor, like I don't care. Like keep Tudor. Like what's the point? I don't know. Like
I
you
mean,
need to
yeah,
upgrade. Like not get new place. Like I don't get it. So, like if you get Pioli, like no, like keep Tudor. Like I don't see something like better. So
I agree with that. I do agree with
yeah,
that because it's not long term. You're going to saying based on stats, we will hear a lot of unpopular names. What stats are important to you in a player? Well, it depends on the position. But
Yeah.
I prefer the eye test. Like stats are good, but I want to see play. Like I use stats and like a lot of stat, and I'm like, oh, the stats look good for a player I've never seen. That's the only way I can go off, and especially younger players. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but that's the only
yeah.
thing I can go off with. But when it comes to um I don't know, like for example, Gonzalez. I've watched 90 minutes, and after the game, somebody tweets out he had 7 key passes with a fire emoji, a flame emoji. I'm like, yeah, but he was rubbish. What the hell is a key pass in this game? That's what I prefer. So that's just me. Um, no other top class managers about a present except maybe Zidane. He will be the dream signing. Players will look up to him, and he's a proven winner. It will fail with
Proven
this setup.
winner at a decked out team. So yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
it will
know.
absolutely fail. It will be a
Yeah.
Yeah.
disaster.
I think he will cry if he joins.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Watching that Gatti defend and Conceição up front, like I think he's gonna cry.
He
yeah.
might return to play, after
Yeah.
seeing the team.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Um, Stats will destroy creative players. I agree. I do agree with that. But when it comes to creative players, yeah, they need to be effective. But I mean, they are effective. Maybe not with an assist, but they're effective. If Yamal doesn't score in a game or he has an assist, people might say, "Oh,
He's still very
but
good.
he keeps players occupied. He keeps them busy for 90 minutes." That's how I look at football most of the time. Now, if you're a number 9 and your stats are ass, then yeah, I mean that's your main thing. You need to have stats. But
Yeah.
when it comes to defend, you know what I hate when it comes to defender? When we are sitting back, and after the game is like that defender had 20 clearances. I'm like, yeah, he was
Yeah.
just kicking away crosses, like back crosses. Like that's not a good like great that you kicked him in that you kicked the ball 20 times into the stands like without any pressure. Like those are
Yes.
stats where I'm like, I don't even know what that means. You shouldn't be hyping that up when we're sitting back with 10 men and just kicking the ball away that's coming into the box. I'm like, yeah, I mean, just look at the game. Was he good defensively? Fantastic. If he wasn't good defensively, he could have kicked the ball out 100 times. He still made mistakes that cost us at the end of the day. But that's today's football, I guess. Alex, when you proven players enough with the very young ones, sure you can go for one or two of them, but come on, yeah. I mean, PSG has done it the other way around. But who's the defender who just joined Madrid? His class could help you in defense. I don't know. I forgot his name. Hunger, determined grinta, creativeness is impossible to measure with stats. Well, I mean, give it some times, and grinta will be measured by stats in this country. They will find a way. They will
The
find a
past
way.
few years, Grinta, I hate the word Grinta.
When I talk, you're laughing, but I don't know if you somehow pop up on Arsenal Twitter. That's a wild place. I'm not gonna lie. I saw last season somebody, I don't know if it's a journalist or an influencer, whatever, after after every game they didn't win, and I'm not gonna lie, he invented a stat. I don't know what's based on, and it named deserve to win O meter. I don't know what the hell that is, but he measured how much they deserve to win a game that they didn't win. I don't know how he did that, but he was that serious. Like it wasn't a joke. He was that. I need to find it, and I will send it in the group chat. I
That's
never laughed
crazy.
so hard, and he was that serious. Like he measured things. Like that's a real thing in 25. Like that's actually crazy. You know, I need to find the post this
Also,
live.
pretty quickly, on Twitter, like everyone is losing it right now. It's like, oh, we're not signing Conceição. What's happening in
Oh
this
my
club? Oh my
god,
god!
he missed a sitter. He just missed a
Of course
sitter.
he did. But
Um,
of course he did.
that's actually insane. He missed that and he scored that one goal.
Everyone's doing it.
Because that goal was a luck. That was an inconsistent player that one
Oh, and
time in his life he scored that goal.
oh, hater. Vanini is saying if we, I feel like we made a step back. I try not to be negative, but somehow I don't feel satisfied after that crazy season. There which were a pain to watch from minute one. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Can't believe that Juntile could immediately get another job. Atletico Madrid, I've seen, right? Maybe,
Yeah.
potentially.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, good for him, I guess. Get the money. Yeah, it's not our worry anymore. I guess when it comes to Juntali, and we're gonna wrap this one up soon. Was maybe a big like a big portion of the problem wasn't maybe that he needed to do so much, almost
Yeah.
everything. Was that not part of the issue? And is it fair to say that that's not really on him, that part? And if that's not going to change, the next one will fail again? Or
I
is
agree,
it
but
being too
he
nice?
took the job. So if he took the job, it means like he's
And
like, I can do it. So I don't know. Like you need to
and
criticize
he
him.
and he brought two of his mates as well. He wasn't alone, So
Yeah, true.
But they were more like scouting stuff and things like that. Or
one
like,
was something else.
Yeah, he brought
you know,
Pompeo. He was eating in restaurants.
I'm talking about. I'm more saying because Scanavino and Ferreira, those were but they don't have enough knowledge. Now they're still at the club. I don't think for long anymore, but they're still at the
Yeah,
club. But now the club made it clear. Well, it's Comorli, it's Chiellini. They're having footballing powers. The other one was a general director and president. They don't really make football decisions. Right now, the club
yeah,
announced two new guys, football decisions with a sporting director, football decision. That wasn't really the case with Juntuli. Yeah, he brought two names, but the club never put that out there as they have those and those functions, roles. I felt they were just there. It's like you grew up with two friends and you bring them everywhere when you finally made it. That was that kind of vibe. But right now they made it official. Chiellini has an official function in terms of like occupation when it comes to sporting decisions, and so as Comili, and so as whoever comes in to be the sporting director. On top of Scanavino and Ferreira, I thought last season it felt like it was just more Giuntoli, and it was like make it work, fight, get everything done. And
yeah.
I mean, there are roles,
Well,
and if you're a big club, big organization, then yeah, the more people, it's not really true, the more better. But in certain positions, you just need to have the right people.
thanks to him, we have Turam and I don't know, Kalulu.
We also
Maybe
have
Veiga as
Kelly
well.
next to him, and not Huijsen. So.
Yes.
Yeah. And Diallo.
Oh my god! I saw the news today
What a
from Crystal
signing.
Palace, and I was like, "Cool,
Yep, it's not going to happen.
Please calm them,
fantastic."
please.
Yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, people, we're gonna wrap it up because I'm extremely, extremely tired, and DiMarzio is going to speak in a couple of minutes, so maybe yes, nothing again. but yeah, we will see how that will go. I'm going to be live. What is it? Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. If not, then probably Friday not. I'm live on Anthony's channel. So if it's not tomorrow, then it's Sunday or Saturday. I will see, depending on the news. If there's something breaking, then yeah, I will need to do it on the fly again. But yeah, other than that, it's just wait and see right now. Hopefully, we get news on the sporting director. But according to Mirko Natale, it's more about for early next week, Monday or something. I picked up. So let's see how that will go. But guys, thanks for joining. And usually I say share the pain, but share the uncertainty. I will call it that. We will see if it results in pain or happiness throughout.
One day we will be happy. Don't worry. One day.
And then I will wrap up the channel. I made it. One good season on this channel. I made it.
How old are we going to be then? Are we going to be still young?
No one was thinking about it. If when we were winning 9 in a row, towards the end, I was like it was normal. I knew how to handle. If we start winning again, I don't know how to handle myself. I'm not used to it anymore. It's been too long, so it could get a bit strange on the channel. But right now, obviously, that feeling is not there that we're gonna win anytime soon. But we will see. People, hit the like button if you haven't liked the video. Do it if you're rewatching it. Subscribe to the channel, and I will be back, like I said, Thursday. Otherwise, it's going to be Saturday/Sunday. Thanks for joining.